I'm Mayor Dwayne Warren, and I am on the roof of Apex, one of the buildings of Orange Crossing. I have Peak Development here. I have the councilwoman here. I have our planner here, and I have our boss of planning for the city who helped to coordinate this whole idea. LaQuanta Best, you've been a director for a long time. This is one of your larger projects. Just tell me some of the hurdles we had to overcome to get it on at this place, right by Freeway Drive, right in the midst of a bunch of construction.
Well, to be honest, I wouldn't say there was many hurdles because we're working with a great team. My team in Orange, the planning department, we're always willing to work with everyone, and we're just making this as smooth process as possible. Peak has been great, and we're just looking forward to the completion of this.
Councilwoman, they came with a plan and a developer agreement and ways that they were going to change the landscape. Are you satisfied with what they promised as to what they delivered?
Totally satisfied, totally satisfied. I was just pointed out where the park was going to be for the police officer, the fallen police officer. It's going to be an amazing park. With Peak and Nishawayne Group, Director Best, this is a win-win situation. So I'm just so glad that they're here in the city and glad to be a part of this.
You got to know, in order to get to this point, it was a lot of coordination. There were some legal hurdles, at least, we had to cross to make sure that this plan fit in with the city's master plan. And I do want Nishawayne to come on in and just let us know, from a planning perspective, what your role was, because it started before all of this was built.
So with Nishawayne Group, we really had to just kind of study the entire city of Orange and what it was that you guys are really looking to make the city become. So it's been an honor to work alongside the city of Orange and with Peak to really implement this project to get it to the point that it's at today.
Thank you, Nishawayne, for stepping in. Peak Development.
Yes.
Orange Crossing was a dream that you had. You came to me a long time ago and said that you think you can transform this part of Orange. You're starting, this is the apex. You got the summit on the way,
correct,
and then of course you're going to finish with the pinnacle. Tell me about getting here, why choose Orange, and the process that got you here.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting. I think when Manny and I first started talking about creating our partnership, one of the first places Manny took me to was Rioch Street. And I said, wow, I'm shocked that there's this land that's available right next to the train station here in Orange. And so Manny and I, this is about 3 years ago, I think we started talking that we needed to team up to figure out how to put up a development site. And at the time, as you know, this was also an opportunity zone. Right. So one of the things we focused on was setting this up as a qualified opportunity fund structure. And that really, this building, Apex, was the first, because as soon as we started this, then we started working on Summit across the street, which we were working in partnership with the city of Orange, right? And then, of course, Pinnacle came along as well. So the total project now is 240 units. The entire project is going to be called Orange Crossing. We have, the 3 phases. This one's about 80% done. Summit's going to be breaking ground. It's already broken ground, really. And then Pinnacle will start in about April. Nice. So it's been fairly, not too many challenges, to be fair. The city of Orange has been tremendous in working with us. We really feel like it's a partnership, and everybody within the city has just helped to move this project along, and we appreciate that.
Thank you. As you may know, Opportunity Zone was federal legislation that came down, which encouraged investment in urban areas. The city of Orange Township was designated 4 Opportunity Zones. We're certainly taking advantage of it here. Manny, you were on the ground floor when he talked about the legislation. You targeted this site as a possible site for an Opportunity Zone. Tell us the kind of dollars that were invested here to bring this kind of project to fruition.
Sure. First, I want to go back to, before we're talking about dollars, I want to also point out that very important part, when the Opportunity Zones came out, everybody talked about it, everybody wanted to jump on it, but one thing they didn't understand, you need to get the city to be on board. And what the difference between Orange and all the other cities at the time was the city, was the mayor, and the team was all on board to be able to make this work. Not just to make this work for our project, but across the city took initiative. This project itself is going to be about $11 million purchase price, about total tag of construction, about $11 million. It's about $10 million in construction, $1.4 million in purchase price, about another $1.5 million in soft costs. So it brings about $14 million in total of the whole project. It was a project that wasn't that a simple project. We had to work with the city as partnership to get some properties from the DOT, yes, which City on Orange understands what it takes to get a project done and to bring the right partnership. It's not about the team of Peak itself. It's actually working together. And this is the team that actually made this work. So it's been my honor, my pleasure to be able to get this done. It's been a long way coming. May I remember in 2016, we drove around the city thinking about which is the right place to get work. You said this is a great location to get started. And I'm happy to be able to follow through the mayor's dream.
Thank you. From receiving just thousands of dollars in tax dollars, now we're getting tens to the hundred thousands of dollars in taxes for our coffers here in the city of Orange Township. That is why we do what we do. But it's also about affordable, quality housing that's being built right here in Orange. We're right near the train station. Come to Orange. It's a beautiful place to live, to work, and to develop. Certainly this whole team around us is going to make that happen. I am Mayor Warren, and I'm at the apex of the city of Orange Township. I'm Mayor Warren, and I'm at the Apex project of Orange Crossing right here on Rioch Street, right near Freeway Drive. And I'm here with the foreman. Sir, what's your name?
My name is Ben.
Sir, you've been on this job how long?
I would say about 3 months now.
Just tell me the job of a foreman. I see you have electricians on site, you have brick masons on site, plumbers, laborers. So you have to coordinate all of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And how is that coming?
It's coming along well. I mean, as you can imagine, we're coordinating between multiple different personalities, multiple groups. I mean, a lot of times it's somewhat of a language barrier, but we're getting through. We're making it through. It's just a matter. It's a big logistical, you know.
Tell me about now the trades. Of course, they're happy because we're creating jobs. How many jobs are you creating on this site that'll wrap up at the end of the site?
I couldn't give you an exact number on how many people. I would have to get the information for you. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't tell you exactly how many personnel.
Okay. A lot of your personnel, though, are local people who can get here easily. So you're trying to reinvigorate the economy of Orange?
And if you notice, there's a lot of times when I'm here at the end of the day, at the end of the site, there's some guys that get here on their scooters.
Right.
Some guys are taking public transportation. Some people are carpooling. But, yeah, they're from all around this area.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's all about, local boost to the economy, the Apex project. Sir, thank you for bringing the trades here. I do want to close out with, because my constituency on the Board of Education is always asking me, in terms of the trades and what they're doing here and getting people available to work for jobs and to train for jobs, what do you know about whether or not that's available here?
That's something that the administration is looking into right now, and that's something that Peak Property that we would have to bring up in a conversation, and we will talk about. But again, I'm not sure exactly what the availability of the programs are.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if they came in, they'd work under you as the foreman?
Pretty much.
Future employer, future mentor, but certainly a good craftsman here in the city of Orange Township. We're at Apex, and we're building affordable, decent, safe, and luxury homes. This project, it wasn't just institutional financing. You also got RAB bond, which institutions involved in as well. Tell us how that's beneficial to the city.
Well, we can actually use those funds to actually do things like repave this street, do any kind of municipality work that's underneath the street. So if we have to run new sewage pipes, anything like that. So in Rioch Street, as you can see, obviously this is not usable, and this is our main garage. So eventually we will completely repave this street and eventually work our way all the way down here.
That's at no cost to the city.
That's no cost to the city.
Beautiful.
We as the developer pay for that.
Manny, is that now they're going to pave the streets? Does that include sidewalks as well?
Yes, absolutely. We're going to redo the sidewalks, the curves, to be able to make sure that the whole block looks brand new, and that kind of matches with the new neighborhood to make sure it's all improved and it's going to look beautiful.
Once again, in front of this global television audience, that's no cost to the city.
It's absolutely no cost to the city. The developer pays for it, and we're happy to do that because the best partnership is City of Orange.
Apex Development, Orange Crossing. I'm Mayor Warren. We're on Rioch.